Salman Owega leads the pack towards start line. And now, 5 red lights go out. Race 1 at Kota is officially underway. Up the hill now, into turn 1. Owega covers the inside, Chuliari takes the outside, and Nittle smells blood now, sniffing out a chance to snatch second place. He's side by side with Chuliari now, but car number 57 manages to hang tough and stay ahead as they stream into the S's. Owega already has a comfortable gap out in front after the opening seconds of the race. He's dancing the car left, right, left through the S's. And talk about incredible racecraft. Once again this season, this entire field has done a phenomenal job. Not a single yellow flag through the tricky first few corners. Clean as a whistle, with a massive 30-car grid charging through. Absolute perfection from the drivers. We're heading into turn 11 now, and it's time for a full throttle drag down that massive, over 1 kilometre long back straight. Owega's comfortable cushion shrunk a bit because Chuliari and Nittle flew through the S's. And look further back, we've got 4 pairs of cars in wheel-to-wheel duels in turn 11. Out front, Owega's raw top speed is stretching the gap back out down the straight. He's going to be completely safe from any overtaking threats as they hammer down into the heavy braking zone. Owega leads the pack into the final twisty part of the... Alex Griffin crashes out! The championship leader is out of the race as he finds the barriers under braking into T12. Griffin manages to get the car moving and somehow rejoins the track, but look at that massive, scattered front of the car. Dark Line Racing Team clearly won't be able to fix that in the pit lane. Looking at the replay now, a tiny touch with Askew sent Griffin straight into Strymer, launching him right into the barriers. The championship fight is blown wide open again. Rivals have a great chance to slash that points gap. Rear-facing camera on McCarthy's car now. Griffin actually turned Strymer into a missile out there, and Strymer went on to clip car number 27, sending the hard motorsport car spinning into a half pirouette. Onboard camera from the Dark Line Racing machine now. Straight line drag race with Askew, both cars braking right on the limit. Minimal squeeze brings the right rear into contact with Askew's left front. That precise moment is the root cause of why Griffin's race came to an early end. Green flags are back out, and we are racing once again as the full course yellow comes to an end. Race control had to check the barriers after Griffin's impact, with telemetry sensors registering a massive 28G hit. Remarkably, he managed to limp the heavily damaged car all the way back to the pit lane on his own power, likely running purely on adrenaline after a smash of that scale. The medical crew has checked him and confirmed he's okay, so the focus now shifts entirely to the battle up front. Kreutzpointner now follows Schrei down the main straight towards turn 1, and both drivers are locked in a fierce battle for the final points-rewarded position as they're up the hill now. We are officially closing in on the halfway mark of the race. Going through the S's, Kreutzpointner in his Nordlift racing car is charging hard, closing the gap rapidly to Chrono's competition up ahead. Jacob Ruud, the reigning champion looking to defend his crown, now follows closely behind Burden in the battle for 7th place. And this is a massive golden opportunity for Ruud to make up crucial ground in the championship standings, especially with his main rival and points leader, Alex Griffin, completely out of the race following that lap 1 incident. Through the S's they go, and Ruud closes right in as Burden gets held up behind Hennessy from Freedom Racing. Burden runs wide coming out of turn 8, and Rude dives right underneath him with a massive opportunity. They pull off a brilliant switchback and a wheel-to-wheel, side-by-side. But Burden slams the door shut, aggressively defending 7th place and cutting Rude off right at turn 10. What a defensive move. Shifting now to an onboard replay from the reigning champion's car as the pack enters the S's. Watch how quickly the gap evaporates on screen. Burden gets heavily impeded through turn 6, then slots in behind Hennessy through turn 7 and up toward turn 8, sitting right on his gearbox. Burden then runs wide, exiting the corner, killing his momentum and handing Rude a golden opportunity. But looking closely at the onboard footage, they actually weren't side by side. Burden managed to hook up the throttle, get the car back up to speed just in time. Kreuzpointner now under pressure from Polish female driver Marcelina Czepiel as they're drag racing down the back straight. And she goes for a late move and gets ahead. And now he is immediately under heavy fire from McCarthy. They are fighting wheel to wheel, side by side through the complex, and Marcelina Czepiel has already used clean air to break away and pull a gap on them. Meanwhile, Kreuzpointner digs deep and just barely manages to slam the door, keeping McCarthy desperately at bay as they barrel into turn 15. There has been so much non-stop action this lap that we need to rewind and catch the battle for 22nd place from earlier. Wow, look at Zabinski. He nearly plows straight into Heffler at turn 9. It's too close to call if there was actual contact, but the chaos leaves the door wide open for Kajaya, and he capitalizes instantly, diving up the inside to challenge Heffler into turn 11. He attacks that curb hard. They are side by side through the complex. But Heffler manages to fight back, mustering enough traction to edge ahead in the drag race down the long back straight. What a scrap further down the field! And you can feel that Kajaya is going to be right there to fight back under the heavy braking zone. He hangs tough on the inside, getting on the anchors just a fraction later than Heffler. Now he launches a very late dive. He nearly loses control, catching a massive slide right over the apex, but somehow they are still side by side. Heffler fights back, managing to get later on the brakes into turn 13 to keep his nose ahead. Kajaya tries again, but he's too far. Not that long ago, we had a brilliant move from female Polish driver, and now a female racer from Germany, Sophia, goes for a move as well. These girls are literally on fire out there in this late phase of the race. A brilliant move, launched right into turn 11 with absolute precision. Into the final sector for the final time in race 1, and Strymer fights with McCarthy. Late attack, hard over the curb, and he gets ahead. But it's not the end, as they're almost side by side, and now McCarthy fights back into T13. Strymer ahead, but now Tim with inside line moves ahead. And Strymer re-attacks now as they head into T15. Superb fight in the final sector of the race. Salman Owega now on our screens as he heads towards victory, leading from start to finish. Into the final corner, over 2 seconds ahead of Cugliari, completely safe from any risk. Salman Owega crosses the finish line and wins the inaugural race at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Cugliari takes second place and Nittel rounds out the podium in third. Further back, Hennessy finishes 6th, closing in on Griffin by 5 points, while Rude crosses the line in 8th, gaining just 3 points and wasting a massive opportunity to close the gap to the championship leader.